evening, my fellow Exorcists, and welcome to the Lair of the Film Exorcist. Tonight, we will be taking a look at Star Wars The High Republic, Into the Dark. Padawan Reef Silas is being sent from the cosmopolitan, galactic capital of Coruscant to the undeveloped frontier, and he couldn't be less happy about it. He'd rather stay at the Jedi Temple studying the archives, but when the ship he's traveling on is knocked out of hyperspace in a galactic-wide disaster, Reef finds himself at the center of the action. The Jedi and their traveling companions find refuge on what appears to be an abandoned space station, but then strange things start happening, leading the Jedi to investigate the truth behind the mysterious station, a truth that could end in tragedy. Now, before we move on to my opinion, I'd like to just announce that this video is sponsored by Animal, so go buy yourself some amazing low-priced anime merch, including cute figurines to brighten up your collection, and every time you use the code FILM, you'll get 5% off your purchases, so go have fun and go get that merch. Okay, for those who haven't already read Light of the Jedi, I hope I'm not the only one that realized Claudia Gray changed the gender of two characters, Master Rosasin and Master Adampo, and she also changed Master Jorah's blade color from white to blue. So yeah, I mean, they're somewhat minor differences, but it still kinda shows that nobody told her the genders of these characters, which is a pretty big screw up on Disney's part. Now, on the other hand, I also find it very interesting that the ship's co-pilot is a literal rock creature, and the pilot is a stoner, similar to Otto from The Simpsons. Well, minus the rock music and the "rock on, dude!" Yeah, I can't do Otto's voice, maybe if I've got water in my throat, but no, I can't do that. I also really enjoyed how adult most of the characters were compared to the last canon book we reviewed, A Test of Courage. And while the lightsaber battle was somewhat similar to the one in that book, I enjoyed this one a lot more thanks to this story's side villains, the Drangir, who are basically the Star Wars equivalent of Lord of the Rings Ents, except a lot more dangerous and filled with dark side. Oh, and there was also some kind of side story that took place 2 decades before involving diplomatic hostages and a few very tragic deaths, leading to the possible rise of the Hutts, but I could have missed something somewhere. Now, back to the main story, which follows our heroes as they at first try to survive their time on a seemingly abandoned space station, dealing with both pirates, the Drangir, which I believe might have been named after the zombie Vikings of the Norse mythology, the Drangir, or the name for certain Vikings who fought under Ragnar, or Lof Ragnarsson, one of the first Vikings to invade England. But anyway, and the Nihal, and the mistakes of this story's team of Jedi as they awaken the sealed away tree creatures. It also reveals how sneaky some of the Nihal members can actually be through the actions of one young teenager and her supposed guardian. Now, there are some small pacing issues, like the time spent during the hyperspace lockdown, but they're very minor, and they really didn't keep me from wanting to listen to this book. So yeah, I really enjoyed the story despite the small changes and mistakes made by the writer, which is why I'm giving their young adult novel a 9 out of 10, and I'd recommend it to anyone who really enjoyed Light of the Jedi. And I really can't wait for the next book, The Rising Storm, which, from what I've heard, involves a monster hunter. Ooh. And no, I don't mean the ones from the popular video game series Monster Hunter. This is the Star Wars version, which we really have never met before, so I'm really excited to see what this writer does with it. Oh, and before I forget, I might as well give my opinion of one of the Star Wars community's hottest topics, the firing of Gina Carano, aka Cara Dune, one of the main characters of The Mandalorian. Full disclosure, I really don't trust Disney anymore, because by doing this, they are showing their true colors as a Democrat-run company who will fire anyone if they don't like their political views unless they're that new racist that they hired or they're Pedro Pascal, who has been posting some very Nazi-esque posts. Which, wow. This is what you're allowing as your cast and crew of Star Wars? What the hell, Disney? What happened to you? I mean, you went after Nazis back during World War II, and you did have that conspiracy against the communists during the Great Scare, or the Red Scare. So, what the hell happened to you? So yeah, while I won't be canceling my Disney Plus account just yet, I want to let Disney know that I really don't support their actions, and they need to learn to keep politics out of their businesses. And for those who probably just unsubscribed because of this statement, then you really need to grow up and get over your single-minded point of views, which is a big part on dating sites now, which is really annoying me. If you go and you start liking someone, you better pay attention and make sure that they don't have, oh, if you're a supporter of this, get off, don't like me. Because I'm really getting tired of that. Every time I start enjoying a girl or want to have a conversation with them, they attack me for my political views, or they refuse to answer for my political views. So, grow up, people. What happened to the great United States that wasn't so screwed up? I give up. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and click the little notification bell for new videos, and may the Force be with you always.